before the stream, I've been crunching numbers. I guess we'll try Celadon. Where's it, Lavender Town? We'll try Lavender Town first. Um, Go back to the fucking weather, assholes. I need to know if I'm gonna die. So, boy, where do I begin with this? Something that always bothered me about the games is just how uh, vague, I guess, actual damage output is in the game. Um, and something I never realized as a kid. Wait, where were the fucking? It's in here, right? Something I didn't realize as a kid when I was like, I used to do like estimations on damage calculations. But I would always just, I didn't really understand the relationship between the stats and the move power. And I was like, I would just plug the move power into what the fuck did I used to do? It ended up being pretty much okay. Like, I never realized it. I would just multiply, like, attack times whatever. Oh, there's body slam. That's self-destruct. Okay, no. Oh, okay, so they aren't here. Yeah, they're not here. Alright. And then I actually looked at the damage for me. I never realized the level was, like, not only determining stats, but actually affecting damage output as well. And so I started tinkering with the idea of the games make calculating damage difficult on purpose, and I think it's mainly just so you don't try, and kind of go off of what conversationally the meta is. We could just start. Let's just go ahead and start doing the fucking Sylph Tower since we're here. We're kind of out of order anyway. Is it fucking Mega Drain? Where the fuck? Is it in Fuchsia? Where's Thunderbolt at? Oh, this is just back in Vermilion. I wouldn't think, though, because I thought they're all, like, in the next adjacent city. I started trying to figure out a standard of, like, how can you make a better estimation of what a Pokemon can do. Nope, not in here either. And I kind of came up with this thing called LPA, and it's basically just one half of the damage formula that you do have control over. So level, attack power, and attack, or special. Special attack now. And I call it LPA. And it's usually somewhere within, like, in the thousands to 100,000s is usually the range. And that kind of vaguely will tell you, without counting in type effectiveness, how much damage your move will do. And then you can also kind of calculate out... Oh my god. Please tell me I didn't burn the one fucking move that's not actually in. Can be bought again. Where else do I look? Viridian? You can kind of estimate, because it takes LPA. It takes your level, and there's a little level formula. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh my god. Just go pewter. I'm gonna go pick up something there anyway. It takes the LPA and then it divides it by the opponent's defense or special defense, and then divides by 50 and adds 2. Um, and that's basically, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. That's basically how you get whether or not you need to hit in one hit or hit in two hits to kill. I'm so glad I came all the way back here for that. And I've been tinkering with the numbers recently. Yep. And I found something kind of interesting when I was comparing Machoke to Clefable. And I started with looking at submission and calculated out the stab of submission. And then looking at Mega Kick, and I realized that even though Clefable has a lower attack, its attack is lower than Machoke's, but because it gets stabbed and it goes from being a 120 power attack to 180, that jump in power is enough to actually mean that it has a higher damage output than Machoke. And not only does it have a higher power output, I'm finding constant values between the growth in LPA from one level to another. And it's a consistent constant, which is really fucking weird. I don't know what to do with it yet. I'm gonna be so fucking livid if I can't find Thunderbolts. Holy shit. Poor Dottie, I've just ruined her fucking chances of being a Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna name you Toothy. Because you got a lot of gams. Toothy. Let's look at Toothy. This is one I never really used that much. We'll go ahead and use it, I guess. I don't know. For already being an hour into the stream, we haven't really done much. Did I fight this guy yet? The answer is no. Light screen. That was a good call. Go ahead and reflect too, because I know this thing's got stomp. Good thing that doesn't matter. Oh shit. That's still bad. Okay. Kuka. No, not Kuka. That would be bad. Duty. Look at that fucking back sprite. That's funny. Does are Reflect and Light Screen functional? Or are they still only on the first Pokemon only? Yeah, okay. One of these days, I'm just gonna sit down and I think we're okay. No, we're not okay. That's gonna be 4 times. Doke. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and actually just do a fucking Pokemon math stream if I ever get it in me. I really like Bubble Beam just for the fact that it can slow. I think that's a missed detail in a lot of Gen 1 streams. I think another thing that's like, I've always kind of been fascinated with the fact that, like, a big complaint in Gen 1 is that a lot of Pokemon don't learn a type move or a stab move. They only learn um, normal moves, right? Like Rhyhorn and Sandslash, you know, like they don't ever have like a signature move. They just kind of learn moves. But I think like a very underappreciated detail is like how many of those moves, tackle, takedown, all the punches, submission, all the fighting moves, like a lot of that is like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is what's kind of become MMA now. And like I think Pokemon, like 1996 era Pokemon, was initially supposed to be more oriented towards like uh towards these things using martial arts, you know? And then it's martial arts and some really cool uh Dragon Ball shit on the side, you know? Oh, don't do that. You fucking dick. How much would that do without the fucking reflect, I wonder? Let me just go Doke. Didn't work, fucker. Um, and I think there's two kind of aspects to it. Like, number one is, um, it seems to me like there's a labor of love to do that, you know? Because a lot of the fighting moves are very technical and very specific things like counter, right? Like counter only works if it's going to be hit by a normal or fighting move. But when it does work, it works really, really fucking well. Or most of the normal fighting moves having some kind of recoil damage to represent that. God damn, I outsped this thing 6 levels up. Oh, that hurts like a fucking truck, though. Jesus. And then the other part is like almost in universe how little consideration the martial arts are given in Pokemon. You know, like say the fucking fighting gym in Saffron. Like, um, it used to be, I think, the main gym, but then it got pushed out for Sabrina's. Um, or how everyone and their mother shits on Bruno because he's the most like easy to get through. Kuga, easy to get through of the Elite Four when he should be like a technical master of fighting and rock types, you know. And it's the same with Giovanni. He's considered a pushover, but he specializes in um, bulky Pokemon that are capable of like outlasting yours. We'll go with another one. So I was like it. Almost strikes me like Monster Rancher kind of took that concept of monsters doing mixed martial arts and ran with it a little bit better because you factor in like initiative, momentum, and positioning a lot more than you do here. You know, here you're just picking a move. So I feel like that was like very early proto Pokemon that just kind of got left when it was realized that no one really gave a shit about it. Sadly. I'm also reading I found a manga. Um, let me look up look up the title here. What the fuck is this called? All Rounder Maguru, and it's a martial arts manga, but it's purely about the sport. Like it's nothing but technique and practicing technique. Um, and it really like, oh, who could deal with this better? We'll take one more. We'll take one more of those. Why not? Um, fuck you and your crits, man. Jimbui? I don't know. Giblet. Giblet don't even have to worry about fucking crits. Um, oh, but that's our only fucking move. Shit. It harkens back to like I liked the original Dragon Ball um comic, not for like the crazy Dragon Ball shit, but like I like that everything, like the entire plot, including um the fate of the fucking planet, revolved around this one fucking tournament that a Buddhist temple was putting on like every 3 years. And that just like it tickled me so much because it's such a fun idea of like it all comes down to just this martial arts tournament. You know, there's just a bunch of normal people and a bunch of like who come and participate, and the fighters are all regular ass people, and the audience and the fucking announcer is like my favorite character ever because he faithfully does this shit every goddamn time, regardless of how insane it's getting. Um, and the all-rounded Maguru is basically that without all the weird fucking Dragon Ball shit, you know. So if you're looking for something of that nature, I would highly recommend it. I've been enjoying it as I've reading it. Um, one thing I think Pokemon could both benefit, like both Pokemon and Dragon Ball, like every fucking shonen manga, I guess, is like just the struggle to master the most basic of techniques, you know? Like, cause like not everything ever lands properly, you know? Or like some things are like some people are better at than others, you know? Um, and it's those little moments of growth and struggle that really make a story come together, you know? I need a Poliwhirl. I absolutely shit you not. I think Poliwhirl or Poliwrath, no, Poliwhirl going into Poliwrath, fuck you, is one of the best special types in the entire game. Like, it's not YouTube level, but it's damn fucking close. Um, because it gets amnesia, and that makes it leagues better than than every other special uh attacker that can't do like growth or amnesia. And yeah, it's like its special stats kind of bad because that's not the thing it's supposed to do. But because it can get amnesia, it's that much better. That's not good. Come on, Kuka, more than twice, please. If we were gonna hit twice, we're just gonna use Twin Needle, okay? Thank you, dear. Beautiful. She did it. I think this fucking setup right here is end game for Kuka. I just need to figure out like how can she stay alive longer? You know? Oh, maybe not. Oh, we'll see. Made a thing real quick. Let me look at that here. Okay, so you kind of did what I suspected you did, you tricky bastard. Where you essentially made what should have been a 64 fucking square Punnett square and turned it into something a lot simpler. If I'm understanding that graph correctly. Okay, back to the fun. Back to the fun of this fucking